So we've got all our equipment moved, and the first step to this job is it's a pretty long driveway, so we're going to want to be able to spread the material with the dump truck. And in order to do that, the truck has to be able to raise its bed up. And these trucks are about 13 feet tall with the bed down, and with a 20-foot bed, you can imagine once that thing's up in the air, there's a lot of limbs that it's going to hit. So I'm going to take the mulching head up and down this road, and we're going to mow all these limbs and brush back, and also mow these road sides, and that way we can see a little bit better what we need to grade. I know for a fact we're going to have to cut a lot of the shoulders off of this road, because right now the road is a ditch. You can see where the water's running down the middle. What we want to do is get that road dome shaped or crowned, and that way the water runs off either the bank side or into the ditch. So we'll get this machine cranked up and jump right on it. Alright, so we're making our way up through here, guys. It's going pretty quickly. What I'm doing, you guys might have seen the pattern I was going with. I'm not really looking for like a super well-groomed bank here. This was actually something that they didn't even ask for, but I figured I'd throw it in on the job. I mean, what good is a great driveway if you're stressed about just driving up it and not scratching your car up and having limbs smacked the sides? So I'm just going to beat it back about 2 to 3 feet on each side. And like I said earlier, a lot of doing this is to make it better for the dump trucks. I got a contractor that owns Willow Creek Trucks. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm trying to help him take care of his rig. Those trucks, they're upwards of $150,000, $180,000. So if I can do something to help take care of their stuff, I certainly will. I mean, they're doing me a favor of coming on my jobs. So I'm gonna beat these limbs and such back. Like these limbs that are sticking out, what I'll do typically if I've got room is I'll start down here and I'll lift up and swing real fast. And that way it kicks those limbs around that way, and I've got less to pick up off the road. I could mulch them off the road, but I always hit rock a little bit and it dulls the teeth, which costs me money, which in the end costs the customers money. And I mean, the reality of it is a lot of times if a customer does damage on this job, it affects the next job too. So I try to do everything I can to keep everybody's costs as low as possible. So it's expensive to do these jobs right to begin with. You know, you'll get somebody that comes in and does it for super cheap, but it probably won't last as long. That doesn't mean that the cheaper guys do bad work, but I mean, you just can't operate doing a really good job. You put the time in. You figure if somebody knows they're not making a lot on a job, they're not going to be as motivated. Plus, I also use contractors that do the work themselves. When you hire somebody that just manages the business and they don't necessarily do a lot of the work themselves, they don't have as much pride in it. Typically. Not always, but typically. Those are the guys that want to get in there and win the bids and have their guys do the job as quickly as possible. Move on to the next payday. Sorry if that sun's glaring you guys out. I'm trying to not shine right into it. On this job, it affects the next job too. So I try to do everything I can to keep everybody's costs as low as possible. So it's expensive to do these jobs right to begin with. You know, you'll get somebody that comes in and does it for super cheap, but it probably won't last as long. That doesn't mean that the cheaper guys do bad work, but I mean, you just can't operate doing a really good job and put the time in. You figure if somebody knows they're not making a lot on a job, they're not going to be as motivated. Plus, I also use contractors that do the work themselves. When you hire somebody that just manages the business and they don't necessarily do a lot of the work themselves, they don't have as much pride in it. Typically. Not always, but typically. Those are the guys that want to get in there and win the bids and have their guys do the job as quickly as possible. Move on to the next payday. Sorry if that sun's glaring you guys out. I'm trying to not shine right into it. That logging job went well. He originally wanted me to bring this machine, and it's a lot more efficient. I think I'm just going to cut this guy off. Let's see if I can turn it up. Shake them limbs off. Tell you what, this road ain't no count. See if I just cut him loose. Brake. Brake. Please brake. Now that turkey. Now I got him turned the right way. It's time to, yeah, those teeth. I've got them ground down so far that the depth control won't let them bite too good. About time to flip them. I'll do that after this job. I think we've gotten about as much use out of them as we can get. Yeah, I'll just throw those limbs off to the side there. See how if I go that way, I'm pulling a lot of those weeds, and it don't mulch them as good for one reason or another, so I'll do it this way. It's blowing up real nice. Alright, we'll push this on up the road, and then we'll start grading. why don't I just put the bucket on the excavator when I get done and use it to collect all this brush. These people are coming and going pretty steadily, so it's easier for me to keep up, just jumping off and throwing these little pieces that are on the road off the road as I go. And then when I come back down, I'll grab all the debris that's left on the side and toss it over to the other side. I think this is unfortunate, but I'm thankful it took this long before I got hung up in something. Boy, when they get hung, they get hung. Hate the thing. Tell you, if you're going to get into bush hogging or mulching, any kind of work that deals with something that cuts through brush and spins, this is going to happen. Might as well not even let it aggravate you. Just get it untangled and move forward. I think I'm just going to go ahead and jump on and get this section of road fixed. You can see this is pretty much a ditch line, but it's in the road. And for some reason, their ditch line over there is higher than the road. So we're just going to reach over and pull that material in, track it in, and then we'll put some fresh road bond on that. There is some grass growing on that, but not enough for me to lose dirt by scratching it off. It's really sparse and there's a lot of gravel over there. So we're just going to pull it straight on in. Alright, so I got this squared out the way I want it to be. I've got the upper side of this road pitched that way. And the best I could do right here on their budget was to do a cutout to run any water from this point down to here into the field. And then on this side, it's not really washing, so there's not a whole lot to fix as far as grade. We're just going to leave it pitched the way that it is, and it should work out just fine. We've got a lot more road to fix. I'm going to straighten that ditch line out a little bit tomorrow, but I'm going to call it a day today because we don't really have a good place to park the trailer where we don't have to worry about anybody stealing it, unfortunately. So we're going to haul the trailer back to the yard, come back tomorrow with just the truck, and we'll start getting some stone on this project and move on down and fix some more sections. You guys have a great day, and if you're in the western North Carolina area and you need this service, we'd love to work for you. Have a great day.